Kana Hobnobby relatives, Membiwa Tuhushka, Opi Miha. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see on the screen, the name of the channel is Opi Miha Sioux Nation. When you come to the channel, please like the videos. Also subscribe when you get a chance. And as always, relatives, much appreciation. All right, so today's video, I wanted to do something a little special here. So I was going through some of the family histories, and I happened upon one of the surnames of the families, and I found something very interesting. And I want to also show you how they try to hijack us big time in this one. And this is actually a really cool correlation once you see it. So let's jump into it. So the family that I was just happened to be looking through was the Tann family. Okay. And as you can see on the screen, we have a picture of two of the members of the Tann family standing outside their home, looks like with a horse in their yard. But let's read what it says here, and then I'll show you how they try to hijack us. So we got Ruth Tann, which is this lady here. She's a daughter of Solomon Tann and Georgetta Pope of Northampton County, North Carolina. And I think this gentleman here might be Solomon Tann. I'm not sure, but that might be him and his daughter. But it says Solomon was the grandson of Exum Tann, who was the son of Madison Tann and Elizabeth Sweat. Okay, so there's a connection there with the Pope family and the Sweat family for those who have that genealogy. But let's read this, and I'll show you what I found. It says John Kikotan, born about 1636, had been the slave of the whole family of Charles City County, Virginia, for about 29 years on October 14th, 1665, when he appealed to the governor and council of Virginia for his freedom. So, of course, we're going to dodge all hijacks. We're going to understand and overstand what we're reading. So just, keep that in mind. He was called John a Negro when he presented a note written on November 26, 1653 by his master, Rice Ho Sr., deceased, that he should be free after serving 11 years, provided that the said Negro do carefully and honestly perform his labor. Ho's son, Rice Ho Jr., refused to release him, claiming that he had not lived up to the agreement. Okay. The general court ruled that he should be free, but referred to the case back to the local court to determine if John had kept his half of the agreement. Ho testified before the Charles City County Court that his servant had been refractory and disobedient, and presented the deposition of a former servant, Margaret Barker, who swore that the said Ho had never a servant maid, but the said Jack, the Negro, lay with her and got her with child. But 5 other neighbors deposed that John Kikotan, Mr. Howe's Negro, have done Mr. Ho true and good services. Okay, so after the court heard this is what they decided, and the court ordered him set free in February 1665 or 6. Okay, so he didn't have to work for these people any longer. He was done. It said he was probably the Jack Negro who was taxable on 2 persons in Surrey County in 1670. He was apparently the father of, we got John, born about 1670. Okay, now we're going to get into John's history real quick. John Kikotan, Now pay attention to how these names are being spelled, and I'll show you the correlation in the hijack. Born about 1670, was a 7-year-old mulatto boy, bound until the age of 24 on November 3rd, 1677, when Stephen Lewis sold the remainder of his indenture to William Edwards by Surrey County deed for 2,500 pounds of tobacco. It says he was called a mulatto boy named John Kikotan when he was named in a May 7, 1678 Surrey County court suit between William Edwards and Stephen Lewis. John Kikotan was taxable in William Edwards' household from 1687 to 1694. He was head of his own household in 1695 and 1696 and lived adjacent to the Cornish family in Lawns Creek Parish on Hog Island from 1697 to 1702. Says John Blackshire was taxable in his household in 1700. Then it gives you the information where you can find that. He married Margaret Sweat before July 6, 1697, when they, making their marks as John and Margaret Kikotan, returned an account of the estate of her deceased husband, Robert Sweat, valued at 2,930 pounds of tobacco. In September 1697, they were ordered by the Surrey County Court to present an account of the estate of Cornish Sweat. So now we're starting to see the Sweat-Kikotan correlation. It says, orphan of Robert Sweat, Anthony Cornish was Margaret's security. John Kikotan and Evan Humphreys were witnesses in the May 1705 Surrey County court case between Roger Case and John Sugar. In 1717, he sued Roger Delk for assault and battery in Surrey County Court. He was paid 7 shillings by the Surrey County estate of Edward Portis on December 17, 1723. His children were most likely. Okay, so we got William Kikotan, paid 1 shilling by the Surrey County estate of John Ogborn on May 25th, 1721. And then we got Anthony Tann, born, say, 1697. So that's where I'm going to stop as far as the history goes, because what I want you to look at and pay attention to is the surname. So the Tann family, T-A-N-N, comes from the Kikotan surname. Okay, so you can see the spelling there. Look at the spelling here. They tried to change it up here. And then look right here at the beginning, these 2 spellings. And then we'll go up to the original, John Kikotan. So scroll up to him. And then the spelling of the name here. Okay. So let me show you the hijack. Or I should say, when we do the studying of these family surnames and the genealogy, this is the kind of stuff that you're going to find. Okay, so that's the importance of this. So let me show you what I found. I was like, this surname is just odd. It's weird. Like, let me find the origins of it. Like, what's going on with it? Okay, so let me show you what I found. So I went to Google, just did a simple Google search, the Kikotan, and I used all those different spellings, surname origin, and this is what I found. So it takes you to this Wikipedia page where it says Kikotan, Virginia. And let's read. Kikotan in Virginia was originally named Kikotan, also spelled Kikotan, so all the different spellings of that surname. The name of the Algonquin Native Americans living there when the English colonists arrived in the Hampton Roads area in 1607. So that's a bomb right there. So it's telling you that the surname Kikotan or Tann actually comes from this Native American or American Indian group of people. So that's undeniable proof as far as I'm concerned. So let's keep reading. According to William Starchy, Chief Powhatan had slain the Warrants at Kikotan in 1597, appointing his own young son, Pochins, as successor there, while resettling some of the tribe of the Payankatank River. Powhatan annihilated the inhabitants at Payankatank in 1608. The Kikotan village was where the English explorers received their first welcome in 1607. The tribe remained generally friendly to them until the summer of 1609, when President John Smith sent Captain Martin to forcibly take over the island inhabited by the Nansemond. Across the mouth of the James, a company of 17 men, munition from Martin, and absconded to Kikotan to buy corn, where they were all killed. Martin abandoned the Nansemond Island and returned to Jamestown. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. If we dig enough and, we examine all the things that they show us, we can dodge all their hijacks, because they want to say that these people, the Tann family, were slaves, and, that they were Negroes and all this other thing. And it turns out these people, the Tann family, actually is this American Indian tribe. So like his surname, they attached to his actual name, because that's where he comes from. So I just wanted to show you, when we dig enough and we, get into this genealogy and you go and find your family, that you will get to the truth. All right, relatives, that's all I got for today. Keep digging on that genealogy. Until next time, take care. Later.